Can a hero take literally no damage? And I don't mean taking very little damage, I'm saying 0. You all know the meme, but I decided that I wanted to figure out if it's really possible to take literally 0 damage, and here are the rules for my challenge. I'll have a defending team of up to 5 heroes. In conjunction, they have to make at least 1 hero take no damage. I'll have an attacking hero that can use all of his 10 slots, but only change items that are already in his inventory. I cannot use any invulnerability spells, so no Dazzle, no Oracle, and Wyvern. No barriers are allowed. No shenanigans. The damage needs to be reduced, not dodged.
Find enough damage. He meant to dodge it!
And I have to be immune to both physical and magic damage. I decided to start with armor. I'm pretty sure you can't have 100% physical resist with just armor, but I never tried, and we all know this game is full of weird shit when it comes to mechanics. As far as I know, the highest armor you can get is Lark with max Essence Shift, so let's see where that takes us.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so I had no idea you could steal this much agility. Holy shit, this is 324 armor, which means 95% physical resistance, but I have 90 armor from the Shiva's guards in the floor. So let's see if this Rapier PA can scratch, and yes, she can.
Don't underestimate the right target!
So armor didn't pan out, but I have a better idea on how to at least deal with magic damage. Unwavering Condition has to be one of the items I'm the horniest for. Gives 95% magic resistance, so it should be very easy to get to 100%, right? Did we do it? It's so little that we need something to see it.
That's what she said!
And although we are doing way less damage than before, the problem we're facing here is diminishing returns. Physical and magical resistance doesn't stack additively, or else that would be broken. Wait, I actually just noticed something. Did you guys know that Glimmer Cape gives more base magic resistance than Pipe? What the hell? But even that is not enough to tank through all of the damage, so we're gonna have to get a little creative here. Instead of physical or magical resistance, we need to instead rely on damage reduction. There are not a lot of damage reduction spells in the game, especially ones that you can apply to someone else, so that's really what I need to look out for. I'm gonna start with Bristleback and his 50% damage reduction from the back. We're now at 2 damage per Dagon, which is nice. Magic resistance and damage reduction are easier to stack than just magic resistance alone, but we need a bit more. So I thought of adding Kunkka to the mix with his 50% damage reduction, and we're literally at 1 damage now. So I remembered, Bounty Hunter has flat 30% damage reduction with his shard, so that should be enough, I think. We got it, let's go! We're actually so tanky, the combat log doesn't even show a number. Like, it actually doesn't say anything. But here's where things get weird. For whatever reason, even though we technically have 100% damage reduction, right? So if you think about it mathematically here, whatever damage you do, if it's 100% damage reduction, it should be 0. But for some reason, as I turn the rapiers into magic rapiers, I start doing damage again. And that's in the rules because I'm still using the same items. Honestly, I'm not sure whether this is a rounding issue or not, but technically we actually didn't get to 0 damage since the PA can turn the rapiers to magic, so I have a better idea. Alright, so I have the damage manipulation page here from Liquipedia open. This has to be one of the sketchiest, most overcomplicated things I've ever seen. So just taking a look at it, they say, you know, damage manipulation can manipulate on both sides, from dealing unit and receiving. I mean, that's obvious. Then it says it can both amplify and reduce damage, pretty obvious. Manipulates damage by percentage. Alright. And here's where things get really weird. Damage manipulation, which belongs to the same type, can stack additively. So I think they're saying, like, if you have physical damage reduction on Mars, let's say 70%, and you have another physical damage reduction, it can stack. But it doesn't say that it does. So it can or it cannot. What about when they're not from the same type, but when they're general, right? Bristleback, Kunkka, Bounty Hunter, they're all general. It's overall damage reduction. Ursa is the same thing. How does that work? I don't know. Damage manipulation, which belongs to different type, can stack. So it doesn't say how it's calculated. I know how damage is calculated, but it doesn't really say how damage manipulation interacts with other damage manipulations, positive or negative. I don't think anyone knows, guys. I think we're not gonna find out today. So reading it, my guess is that it works kind of like this. Let's imagine you're doing 100 damage and the enemy has damage reduction. Let's say a Bristleback with 50% reduction. You will do 50 damage. But if you have a Kaya with 10% 50% amp rather than doing 110 damage, that would be reduced by the 50%, which would mean 55 damage. I think the damage manipulations attack each other separately from the source damage itself, which means that 100% damage reduction is possible, but very hard to achieve. I'm gonna pick Juggernaut in hopes to fix the magic reduction problem, and hopefully we can deal with the physical part later. Now we have 80% magic resistance on top of everything we had, so it should work, right? Oh my god, bro, this is so dumb! Alright, I have a plan. Let's pick Omni-Knight. Let's put Repel. It's more magic resistance. It has to work or we're cooked. I don't know anything else we can do. Yes, all right, we got it. We did the first part. Now here's the problem. It was so hard to deal with all of that damage amp that I cannot afford to take any of these magic resistant items away. And even then, we know that there's no armor number that can realistically save this Juggernaut from PA. Heroes like Chen, Trian, or Io only provide raw armor, which is not good enough. So I thought better of it and decided to use Ursa instead of Jugger, because he actually has 80% damage reduction against all sources of damage. So not only he can deal with the magic rapier Dagons, but ideally, he's going to fare better against physical damage as well. As you can see, he passes the magic damage test, but even though we technically have 160% damage reduction combining his OT, Kanka, and Bounty Hunter, it's still not enough to take 0 damage from the PA attacks. That's when I realized I forgot about the one hero we needed, Lich! All we need now is some physical damage reduction, and I'm pretty sure is the last hero that has a spell that can be cast on someone else that reduces physical damage like that. Will 70% reduction be enough? Well, I'm sure I cannot calculate it, so we have to test it, boys.
It is my spirit that keeps me safe, and not mere armor.
Death at my hands is an honor.
It works! I can't believe it. We somehow found a way to take literally no damage at all. So if you ever want to test this with your friends, all you need to do is buy 6 Glimmer Capes on Ursa, wait until minute 60, get lucky enough to drop Unwavering Condition, force your friends to pick all of these 4 garbage heroes, and for about 5 seconds, you will literally take no damage. So yeah, enjoy the free MMR, guys. Oh, also, I've been trying to expand my content to different templates of videos, and I would love if you guys could drop some suggestions of what you want to see in the future. Do you want me to only drop guides like I did in the past, or do you also like these new ideas I'm putting out? Please let me know, and as always, stay crispy, guys.